evening, everyone. Hope you're all well. I do care about you and I love you all. First of all, I would like to ask you for something to share this video with many people as possibly can. There is great fear in this world. Today, a friend of mine who is a police commander, his whole staff stayed out of work because of one person that was tested positive of the virus. He alone stood in that office today with no one else. A traffic department in our city closed down and nobody to serve him because of one security guard that contracted the virus. People, there are great fear. And I speak to people, I'm telling you, they have no clue what is happening in the world. And I'm telling you, more than 6 billion people is going to take the vaccination out of fear. And the COVID-19 is the mark of the beast. That will communicate with your 5G towers and, of course, with the tattoo that they're going to stamp either on your forehead or on. This will glow up, people. Watch this video for those who do not know it. Please do share it. At the moment, it's just standing at 5,000, and really, 5,000 views is just not even a drop in the ocean. If it's 5 million, that would make at least some contribution. But please do share this video with each and every one. There is great fear in this world, and this will explain what is going to transpire. And it's going to be end of the year. Obama returns as the Antichrist, only 2024, and all the world wondered at the beast. There are many watchmen that believe that Obama will return to America, and they say it will happen now after July with the so-called election of the new president. I'm telling you, that may be a draft for the Antichrist government, but that is just a distraction, people. What I love about that whole scenario is the name Apollo. Apollo is going to do all the transactions, all the financial business. Hey, and we all know who is Apollyon, by the way. Yeah. Obama will not return to America. America will be destroyed this coming Feast of Trumpets. Yes, it's a fact. They know it, and that is why they just put that thing together. What's Donald Trump's moves? He also knows it. He also knows it. And I going to share a breaking news video with you, I think it may be tomorrow, about Donald Trump's death and resurrection. It's coming, people. Donald Trump will be assassinated. Wait for that video tomorrow and you will be greatly surprised. You see it in the pictures. You see it everywhere. But you don't see the finer detail. And Holy Spirit revealed those finer details to me. So yes, Obama will only return as the Antichrist in 2024. And all the world wondered after the beast. Wait for that in a minute. Let's get to that teaching now. We'll leave that one now. Revelation 17, 10 to 11. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not. yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space, and the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth and is of the seventh, and goeth into perdition. Yeah, you may say, how can Revelation 17 be linked to the American president? They are not kings. Yes, even the president may be called as king. He is ruling at that time. The Bible, it speaks as kings. That is what it is. It doesn't address prime minister or something. It addressed them as kings. Now you say five, yeah, five who failed to part the land of Israel, which would fulfill 1 Thessalonians 5:3 and Joel 3:2. Yeah, so these two began since Jimmy Carter. This five, there was 64 actually president in total, but it's only the last 45 that are recognized. But we count the last 7 from our generation, from the time of the 1948 generation. That is where we count those who started to part the land of Israel. So these are the last 7. And currently the seventh king, the 777, remember on his inauguration, he is known as the seventh king. He is known as the seventh king. He is the seventh king in Nebuchadnezzar's dream, and he will fulfill the role as the seventh king. But you will say now, okay, you speak about the death, assassination. Yes, you will be raised from the dead. You will hear about that. I already have a video for that, but you will hear the story if I'm finished with the video by tomorrow night. And Obama is the 8th king. He was the 6th king. He was the 6th king. He was the 6th president at that time of America. And he is the one who is the son of perdition. Now there are 2 false messiahs according to Revelation 13. The Jews believe in 2 messiahs. The tribulation is for the Jews, by the way. The Bible said they will get saved out of it. 70 weeks are determined upon thy people. Then who is thy people? That is Israel. 69 of that is fulfilled, and do not listen to the Seventh-day Adventists teaching about that it's all been fulfilled, and there are some other teaching that also believe the same, and do not believe them. There is one week left, which is 7 years, and you can even ask Jews and they will tell you it is 7 years, not 3.5 years. Yes, the Antichrist will only begin his assignment in the last 3.5 years. He is the coming, Obama is the coming Antichrist, and he will rule the last 3.5 years. He is the 8th king of Nebuchadnezzar's dream, Daniel 2, and he is the one who will sit in the temple. He is the 7th king. He is the coming false prophet. It's not the Pope. That story comes from the lead, teaching you that false teaching. By the way, the Pope will be killed. Revelation 17:16 tells us the Pope will be killed. Who will kill him? The 10 kings will kill the Pope. And what will they do with the Pope? They will burn him and eat his flesh. That is what the word says. Yes, that is a fact. Now you can find another version who is here. It's not King William. These are the last 2. They must have the assignment there, training in the greatest army of the world, and that is America. The Jews believe that both of them are political figures. Amen. Yes, both of them are political figures, and both are have to be trained in the military field, and they both both have that experience already. Okay, so that's enough said. Let's carry on to the teaching here. Next verse. Yeah, now let's just read Revelation 13. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea. What does that imply? That tells me that the Antichrist or the beast is coming out of the nations. As I stated again, that all presidents, USA presidents, are having the same bloodline from royal blood kings in Europe. Yes, yeah. They are having 7 heads. Who is the 7 heads? His 7 heads are divided, that's the 7 continents of the world, divided into 10 regions, and 10 kings find power with 1 hour the beast, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy. These are the Antichrist political system, people. So, and the beast which I saw was like unto the leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon, who is the dragon? Satan. Satan is the one who gives his power and seat and great authority. All kingdoms of this world belong to Satan. There are few, 1 or 2 presidents of the world that is resisting, and that is the Tanzanian president as well as the Ghanaian president. I will share you something of the Ghanaian president, what he brought out, and I think I will share that with you as well. But all the kingdoms of this world, including the White House, belong to Satan until Jesus take over the rule. Okay, yeah, that's in the Bible. Okay, yeah, so Satan gives him the great authority. Now, where does this, is a leopard? Leopard speaks of the Grecian Empire that was divided into 4. And then the feet of the bear, which was the Persian empire before them. And then it was also the mouth of a lion. That is the Babylonian. So the Antichrist comes out of that bloodline. And the false prophet, of course, he comes from the European bloodline, from the Roman Empire. Now you see it, now you get that. I do have it in another video as well. So here you see now, okay. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death. When does Obama receive his wound? Now some you would say he already have a wound there. It's not specifically about that wound that's the back of his head. That must be some kind of operation that they had to communicate with the evil ones possibly. But he will receive a wound during his military campaign in Europe and in the Middle East. And that will happen towards the last 3.5 years of his that happened in the last 3.5 to the middle of the tribulation. And then after he recovered, was healed from his wound, and then he will become the Antichrist. I hope you understand that. And the Bible say, and all the world wandered after the beast. Now, why would the world wander after the beast? I heard many say, yes, it is Nimrod that is returning, or it is Alexander the Great that is returning. That cannot be possible. If that is the case, then people will not wander after the beast. They do not know him. So, and this is another factor that Donald Trump, Obama is not returning to the USA. He is not returning to the USA. The short term about Donald Trump, His short term, they both have the same term. Here, it's short space is 3.5 years. That's what he's talking about. And both of them have a short space of 3.5 years. And I'll tell you now, show you now where it is. That's what it says. Now, why would Obama be concerned to return to America? He knows America will be destroyed at the sixth seal. And it's happening now, September Feast of Trumpets, people. We are in the last 7 years. We are in the last 7 years of Jacob's trouble, and that begins now, coming Feast of Trumpets. The 120th Jubilee ends 2027-28 with the return, second coming of Jesus. Yeah, and that is how short. We have only 78 days left to Feast of Trumpets. Yeah, you can see that in this book. He was caught off with this book, the post-American world. Now, what do you know what he knows? You do not know. You've seen it there in his hand. Yeah. Revelation 13:3, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his death wounded was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. Obama is the eighth king, he of Nebuchadnezzar's dream. And that is the reason why they wondered after him. They wonder after him because how can this man, he was a president of the United States and now he is back again. Obama will rule the last 3.5 years from 2024 to 2027. That is from Passover 2024 to almost close to Feast of Trumpets. Jesus comes early and destroy the false prophet and the beast, and they are both cast alive into the lake of fire. That is in the Bible, Revelation 19 verse 20. Some say yes, the false prophet will be killed, and that is because of the Pope story. No. He is going to be killed, the false prophet, but the Pope is not the false prophet. Yeah, so it's not the false prophet that will be killed. Yeah, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him and to continue for 42 months, another 42 months. So where has Donald Trump been all the time? Donald Trump is ruling the first 3.5 years as spokesman for Obama, and I'm going to prove it to you now in Scripture once and for all. Donald Trump will be the spokesman for Obama. He is the Antichrist, and Donald Trump is the anti-spirit. And the dragon, of course, Satan himself, wants to be God and place God on the earth. He is like the son of Satan, and Donald Trump is the spirit of the dragon. Yeah, remember the three frogs, and Revelation 16. Now here you can put your own name in there, and he, Donald Trump, exercised all the power of the first beast of Obama. What does it say? And this is the second beast in Revelation 13:19, and he exercised, put the name in there, Donald Trump exercised all the power of the first beast. That is in the first half, of course. Yes, where does he do it? In its presence. So he is present in the first 3.5 years, but what does he do in the first 3.5 years? He sits in the UN, not in the EU. In the EU, it will be Macron will be the leader over that area. That is the vision. But Donald Trump will be king over the new of the world. That's right. In the seventh, as the seventh king in the first 3.5 years. Now, he exercised all the power. I want to emphasize it again to you. He exercised all the power of the first beast. He exercised all the power of the first beast. Repeated. The second beast exercised all the power of the first beast. Who is the second beast? The second beast is Donald Trump. He exercised all the power of the first beast. They may appear as they do not like each other, but they're working all together. Tell you, the Republicans and the Democrats. I am from South Africa, by the way, but there is no love lost between the two parties. They are the same devil, and they work all together for the same purpose. Revelation 17:17, to fulfill the will of God. That is what they are doing, to usher in the false prophet and the Antichrist. That is what they are doing. Yeah. This happened in the second half, and it causes the earth and those that dwell therein to worship the first beast. That is the false prophet. He caused the earth. They actually forced, in other words, caused the earth and those that dwell therein to worship the first beast. Now, people say, yes, it is worship. And that will be the mark of the beast. Please stay away from that doctrine. Yes, I promise Sunday law will come back, and I am going to give you a surprise. You will see in the next video about the Sunday. Yes, you will see it. You will be pleasantly surprised. Please wait for that. Set your notification for that. Subscribe now and press the notification button. Or if you don't get the notification, please tune in to WHATTSAPP. Go to my page personally and go watch the video there. Yes. So his deadly wound is healed in the middle of the tribulation, and then only he will rule the last 3.5 years. So here is the page. He will sit, Obama will sit in the UN. The UN will, of course, move to Brussels. After America, the post-American era, he will sit in the UN. He will be, of course, in the European. But as I said, Trump will spend most of his time in Jerusalem at that time. We believe he is the Jew. He is the Jewish Messiah. He is not the Antichrist that will set the peace deal. I've called it. Not the Antichrist. Well, we can call both of them Antichrist, but the word Antichrist is actually the wrong word. Because the Antichrist will speak like he's what's his name. But when Donald Trump comes on the scene, he will speak like Christ. Yes, he will speak like Christ. And that will be the case. And this will be the first, from the first half, for the first 3.5 years, they will rule from the European Union. And Macron is in charge over the European Union. And Netanyahu is in charge of this, the Mid-Eastern Union. Yeah, what's the video? The 10 kings find power within 1 hour with the 2 beasts. Yes, they divide the world. This is the 7 heads. They divide the 7 continents of the world. They divide it into 10 regions. And I did a video there. And those are the 10 kings. You say, how can we know? No, they are all well known. They already here, set and ready. You know when the New World Order will come into existence? Now, the coming 10th November. That is right. On the 10th, not the 10th of November, 10th of December. With the conjunction 21st, 22nd of Jupiter and Saturn. What is Saturn standing for? I did it in my previous video. I showed you the conjunction there in the video. If you missed that video, go back to that video, the last video. The planets line up. The planets line up on the 4th of July. Yes, that is in 2 days away. I believe there will be a Guy Fawkes feast in America. Prayer by the 4th. Things is not looking good in America on the 4th of July. So I'll end my message here, and this is where Barack Obama will sit from 2024 to 2027. That is where you will sit as the 8th king. Donald Trump will sit as the 7th king from the European Union. But his work will be divided as spokesman between Barack Obama and Donald Trump will set the peace treaty. The peace treaty just after the rapture. He will set the peace treaty. Okay, please do subscribe. I love you all. Thanks for those few that support this ministry. And I do pray for each and every one. Be blessed.